How you doing there, guys? Just getting ready for this week's Toronto Comic Con. Tightened up my thermal detonator. Just I was coming a bit loose there. I think that should just about do it. If you don't know what a thermal detonator is, all I can say is shame on you. Okay, well, I actually have a few things I want to show you. It's going to be a short video. It's a very busy time getting all ready for this week's show. But I've got a few things I want to show you. I didn't spend a whole lot of money last weekend because next weekend is going to be very, very expensive. Anyways, I'll show you what I got here. Now, like I said, oh sorry, I started with the wrong book. A couple weeks ago I bought this, Harley Quinn #1. I really, really enjoyed this book. It was a really good read, so I enjoyed it so much. Like, I'm not a big new comic book guy. Mostly I try and stick to the Silver Age stuff, but I really enjoyed the story. The artwork's really good, so much so that I picked up number 2 and number 3 I picked them up last week, and I haven't read the second and third one yet, but they're half as good as the first one. I think I'm going to continue collecting this series. What else I pick up here? Again, this one last weekend, nothing to do with this week's Comic-Con, but I'm a fan of George Romero. I like his films. This is Empire of the Dead #1. It's a #1 issue. I looked inside it. The artwork's, you know, it's okay. Nothing to write home about, but it's okay. But it's a #1 issue. I thought I'd pick it up. I'm a fan of George Romero. I'm a fan of his movies. I'm gonna show you something I picked up last year at the last year's Fan Expo. I picked this up. It's a lobby card. I got the actor, one of the main actors in the movie, Ken Foree, was there, so I had him sign it. And I figure eventually George himself will probably show up to the con. He's been there before, and I'll get him to sign it as well. So that's just one of the things I like to collect in addition to comic books. Okay, what else I got here? Again, this is just, I was rummaging through my books and I found this. This is something I had signed a few years ago. Signed by the artist Steve Epting. Took a picture of him signing it. So yeah, I was just rummaging through some older stuff, and I found this, so I thought I'd show it to you. When I get books signed, I like to, when there's an artist there and I've got a book and I get him to sign it, I'll try and take a picture as well, and I throw it into the bag along with everything else. Miss Marvel, #9, September 1977. Now this is a sort of a minor key of sorts. First appearance of Deathbird. Again, I picked it up this weekend. It was cheap. I didn't want to spend too much money because of how much I'm going to be spending next weekend. And I think I paid $8 for this, so yeah, I like it. Next one is the Deadpool trade paperback, graphic novel, whatever you want to call it. Del Mundo, so I guess it was Mike Del Mundo or Steve Del Mundo, I forget. Anyways, the cover artist is going to be at the Fan Expo this weekend. Sorry, I keep calling it the Fan Expo. It's the Toronto Comic Con. Toronto Comic Con is the first major event of the year, and it's a very exciting time. It's a very big event. You know, we got attendance last year about 60,000 people, so probably busier this week. And it's like the first major event of the summer. Kind of kicks off the summer. I know it's still March and there's snow on the ground, but it is like the first major comic show of the year, and everybody comes out for it, so it's going to be a really exciting time. So, like I said, he's going to be there, and I absolutely love this front cover. Just love his artwork, so I'm going to get him to sign it while I'm there. This book wasn't cheap either, $17.50. I think the last time I bought a trade paper book, it was only about 10. That's inflation, eh? This I picked up last weekend as well, Walking Dead. The reason I picked it up is because Tony Moore is going to be at the show this weekend. So I figure I'll get him to sign it. Maybe sign it there if he's got a silver pen. And then maybe draw a little picture of a zombie or something if he has time. I'd like to get that done. yeah, so actually this is the very first Walking Dead. Well, this is the first Walking Dead anything I've ever owned. I never did collect the comic. I know it's really popular, but like I said, I've never been much of a new comic guy. But Tony Moore's going to be there this weekend, so I figure, what the hell, I'll pick it up, and it's a nice little piece for my collection. So that's basically what I picked up last weekend. I was going to show you, I remember in my last video I showed you this book, this Iron Man number 63, and I paid $7.50 for it. And this is kind of a lesson of what not to do when you own a comic. I'm going to open it up here, like I said I was going to do, and show you the inside. Now, at first glance, you look at the book, it looks real nice. It's white. There's no spine damage. Covered, the corners are good. I mean, at first glance, there's not really a whole lot wrong with this book until you open it up. And the first thing you'll notice is all around the sides, the browning. It's all turned brown, and it's not a yellowing like you see in some books. This is like a brown, and if you look at the pages, look at that. Oh, see, there's a piece that just came off here. The corner, they've all started to come apart. Look at this. It's basically falling apart, turning into dust in my hand. Look, that's a piece of the comic. That's a piece of the page, and all the pages are basically falling apart and turning to dust. And at first got it, I don't know what this guy did. I wasn't sure, but isn't that a shame? Look at how terrible the look what's happened there. And first thing I thought, maybe he packed it in roadway salt or something, trying to keep it dry. But what I think has actually happened here is these backing boards that you buy, not all of them are archival. Now, some of them aren't acid free, and what I think has probably happened here is this guy probably took, whoever owned it, took this board, put it in the comic and stored it like that, and then probably put it in Mylar thinking it was gonna stay good forever. And eventually over the years, the inside, all the covers have basically turned to dust. They're so brittle you can't even read the book without it crumpling in your hands, and it's a real shame, because other than that, this book was very, very nice. And again, it's what's happened to this book is a crying shame, because we're talking, what, a 30-40-year-old book here that is basically worthless. And yeah, so anyway, let that be a lesson to you. Be careful what you put inside your bags. It's not all archival, it's not all acid free, and if you put something like this in your bag, in your book, and it's not, you will pay the price over time. So anyways, live and learn, I guess. Anyways, that's all I have for today. Like I said, very busy week, very excited about this weekend. What I'm going to try and do this weekend is take some live footage of the con, put in one of my later videos so you get to see just how busy this convention is. Again, it's not like the Fan Expo at the end of the year we get 100,000, but it's still a big event. You get like 60, 70,000 people at this one. It's being held at the Toronto Convention Center, and I'm really stoked, really looking forward to it. Anyways, yeah, that's it. If you like, leave a comment. Thanks for watching, and yeah, see you next time.